The earth shook, and Jason fell towards the rift. "Grab hold!" Leo yelled. Jason's feet were at the edge of the chasm when he grabbed the rope, and Leo and Piper pulled him up. Together they stood, exhausted and terrified as the chasm closed like an angry mouth. The ground stopped pulling at their feet, for now Gaia was gone. The mountainside was on fire. Smoke billowed hundreds of feet into the air. Jason spotted a helicopter, maybe firefighters or reporters, coming towards them. All around them was carnage. The Earthborn had melted into piles of clay, leaving behind only their rock missiles and some nasty bits of loincloth. But Jason figured they'd reform soon enough. Construction equipment lay in ruins. The ground was scarred and blackened. Coach Hedge started to move. He sat up with a groan and rubbed his head. His canary yellow pants were now the color of Dijon mustard mixed with the mud. He blinked and looked around them at the battle scene. "Did I do this?" Before Jason could reply, Hedge picked up his club and got shakily to his feet. "Yeah, you wanted some hoof? I gave you some hoof cupcakes. Who's the goat, huh?" He did a little dance, kicking rocks and making what were probably rude satyr gestures at the piles of clay. Leo cracked a smile, and Jason couldn't help it. He started to laugh. It probably sounded a little hysterical, but it was such a relief to be alive, he didn't care. Then a man stood across the clearing. Tristan McLean staggered forward. His eyes were hollow, shell-shocked, like someone who just waken up and walked through a nuclear wasteland. "Piper!" he called. His voice cracked. "Pipes! What is—" He couldn't complete the thought. Piper ran over to him and hugged him tightly, but he almost didn't seem to know her. Jason had felt a similar way, that morning at the Grand Canyon when he woke up with no memory. But Mr. McLean had the opposite problem. He had too many memories, too much trauma, and his mind just couldn't handle it. He was coming apart. "We need to get him out of here," Jason said. "Yeah, but how?" Leo said. "He's in no shape to walk." Leo glanced up at the helicopter, which was now circling directly overhead. "Can you make a bullhorn or something?" he asked Leo. "Piper has some talking to do."